Now, most people think they need money to buy real estate, but what if I told you you don't need money to buy your first rental property? Would you believe me? Hey guys, it's Mike here, and my goal is to help 10,000 people get started buying their first or next investment property. Now, in this video, I'm going to cover the 5 best strategies on how to purchase real estate with no money in the USA. Now make sure you stick around to the end because I'm going to be sharing with you guys a special tip. And remember to sub to the channel so that good, but more importantly, honest information can get pushed out to people instead of lies and scams by fake gurus. Now, the majority of the population thinks you need a lot of money to get started in real estate. Technically, most of the time that's true. But who says it has to be a lot of your money? Now, don't get me wrong, it's damn near impossible to get started investing in real estate without using any of your own money. But you can get started using very little of your own money, or significantly less than a 20% down payment on a several $100,000 piece of real estate. So let's get started with option number 1, seller financing. Now, my favorite and proven way to invest in real estate with no money is through seller financing. When buyers are unable to secure a loan from a bank or a lender, you may be able to find a seller who will offer you the property on terms or via financing. Now, the seller will typically still be looking for some type of down payment, much like a traditional mortgage. The 2 properties that I seller financed last year, I still made a 20% down payment, got the property amortized at a fixed interest rate over 15 years. But the beauty of seller financing is that terms are negotiable and can be set by you and the seller. Now, for example, maybe you agree to a higher sale price. Technically, you're overpaying for the property in today's 2022 terms, but you decide to make that larger monthly payment over the next 15 or 30 years at a fixed rate, provided the seller agrees to no down payment money and instead finances the entire deal. There's many creative strategies that can be employed to help you and the seller both win in these situations. It just comes down to your negotiating skills, creativity, and the ability to find sellers open to the idea of seller financing. Option number 2, investing in real estate through a lease option. Now, a lease option is an agreement giving the renter a choice to purchase the rental property during or at the end of the rental period. Now, at the end of the period, the renter must either exercise the option or forfeit it. Now, lease option is also known as a lease with the option to purchase. Now, for example, area average rents are $1,200, but you get in on a lease option at $1,500 a month. So with a $300 higher than average rents, over time you begin building equity in the property as the lease is executed. And at the end of the lease, your additional $300 a month is part of your down payment for that property. You then continue to purchase the property through seller financing or some other method. But be careful with these options because they're often advertised on Craigslist. It can be written in a scammy way. They might be trying to take advantage of certain buyers. So network and build a good group of peers and other investors who will help educate you and keep you out of harm's way when using this strategy or any strategy. Number 3, hard money lenders. Now, if you don't have money to invest in real estate, you can opt for hard money lending as an option. Now, this option can potentially be used to finance the down payment for a seller finance deal where you couldn't negotiate no money down. Now, instead of a bank or mortgage broker, the money used to buy real estate is going to come from private investors. Now, these types of loans tend to have fewer qualification requirements, and in addition, private lenders might be more willing to back a risky project. Now, the interest charged on hard money loans is typically higher since lenders are taking greater risks, and the terms are usually at 1 year or less. Now, in addition, hard money loans require the borrower, you, to cover closing costs and application fees, appraisal fees, and any other costs associated with purchasing a property. So you're buying real estate with other people's money, but still paying the transaction costs. Remember, it's nearly impossible to buy real estate without using any of your own money while utilizing this strategy. Hard money lenders are what I would consider more risky and an advanced strategy. I wouldn't recommend this strategy to beginners. There's a lot of ways to mess it up and lose out big time. Option number 4, partnerships. Get a partner. Partnerships are widespread when it comes to real estate investing. If you want to buy a property but you just don't have the money, you might need an equity partnership. Now, an equity partner is an individual you bring into the transaction formally or informally to help finance a property. There's different ways that the partnerships may work, and it's up to you to figure out what works best. For example, I bought my first duplex right here on a handshake agreement with my best friend. I qualified for the loan, passed the credit check, and had the required debt to income ratios. He gifted me 50% of the down payment, about $18,000. I came up with the other 50% to buy our first house hack. Now, we agreed to pay for all bills and expenses 50-50 and split profits and equity 50-50. Now, so far it's worked perfectly, and while he decided not to invest in any other real estate beyond the first duplex, just us getting started allowed me to grow to where I'm at now with 7 properties and 9 units total. Option number 5, home equity loans and cash out refis. Now, if you have no money for your next rental property, you might be able to utilize the equity of your own home. Smart investors try to maximize the utility of their own home's equity and use it to finance new properties. Now, I'm currently employing this strategy by using some of the $250,000 equity that I have in my earlier mentioned duplex to buy, repair, rent, and refinance a single-family home in Chicago. Now, banks and other lenders offer products such as HELOCs and cash-out refis, which allow the buyer to capitalize on the equity that they already have. Now, this strategy is, again, another advanced strategy. Before you put your own home at risk by taking out that second loan on it, I would make sure that you're genuinely experienced enough to not accidentally put yourself in a bad financial situation. Now, here's my pro tip. All of these options are usable and highly beneficial. They're fancy and flashy, and you see a lot of videos promoting them and books explaining them, but they each have their own unique risks and concerns that come with them. Now, we keep it 100% honest on this channel about your prospects, which is why you should sub to the channel and like the video. Now, if you want to learn more or have any questions related to real estate, comment down below. Thanks for watching, and as always, guys, I'll catch you next time.